You walk every morning through your quiet neighborhood, and you feel a sense of pride as your fitness tracker hits that magic goal of 10,000 steps. You believe you are doing everything right to stay healthy and active in your golden years. But then you return home and find it surprisingly difficult to stand up from your low sofa, or you feel a nagging stiffness in your hips that just won't go away, no matter how many miles you cover. This is the uncomfortable truth that many of us over the age of 50 are never told. Walking is wonderful for your heart and your mind, but it is simply not enough to maintain the strength and balance you need to stay truly independent. It is a linear movement that works only in one direction, and it fails to activate the deep stabilizer muscles that protect you from falls and chronic pain. If you want to stop the silent loss of muscle and keep your freedom for decades to come, you need a smarter approach. In this video, I am going to show you 5 movements that go much deeper than walking to rebuild your body from the inside out. The first thing we must understand is why walking fails us as we get older. When you walk, you are using a very limited range of motion. Your legs move forward and back in a predictable rhythm with almost no lateral movement or significant resistance. This means your side muscles and your deep core are essentially on vacation. In the United States, many seniors fall into the trap of thinking that a daily stroll is a complete workout. While it helps your cardiovascular system, it does nothing to train your nervous system to react when you slip on a wet patch of pavement or a loose rug in your hallway. We need to wake up the muscles that walking leaves behind. We need to tell our bodies that we are not done yet and that we intend to remain strong and capable. If you are watching this, comment key 1 so I know you are still with me, and please subscribe to join our community of healthy seniors. Let us start with a movement that will change the way your lower body feels every single day, which I call the frog move. Think about how much time we spend sitting in cars or in front of the television. This constant sitting causes our hips to become tight and locked up, which leads directly to lower back pain. Walking only reinforces this tightness because it never forces the hips to open up. The frog move is designed to unlock your hip joints by moving them laterally. When you open your hips this way, you are activating the adductors and the pelvic floor, which are often neglected in traditional exercise. This is not just about flexibility. It is about joint lubrication and better circulation. Many people find that after doing this move, they experience less bloating and better digestion because of the way it affects the internal organs. To do this, you simply get on your hands and knees and spread your knees wide like a frog. As you gently shift your hips back, you will feel a deep release that walking could never provide. This is how you regain the ability to pivot and turn without fear of injury. Moving on to the powerhouse of your entire body, we must talk about the glutes. In our 50-plus years, we often suffer from what experts call gluteal amnesia. This happens because walking with short steps or sitting too much causes our largest muscles to literally go to sleep. When your glutes are weak, your lower back and your knees have to pick up the slack, which is why so many Americans suffer from chronic joint pain as they age. The glute bridge is the ultimate solution to this problem. Unlike walking, which can actually encourage a sagging posture, the glute bridge forces your body to open the front of your hips while strengthening the entire back of your legs. This movement builds bone density in your hips and spine, which is critical for preventing osteoporosis. When you strengthen your gluteal muscles, you will find that climbing stairs or standing up from a chair becomes effortless. It creates a solid foundation that makes you feel lighter on your feet. If you are following along and finding this helpful, please comment key 1 to let me know you are still with me and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on our health tips. Now let us look at a part of the body that walking completely ignores, which is your upper body pulling strength. Think about the simple tasks like opening a heavy glass door at the grocery store or pulling a suitcase out of a car trunk. These actions require pulling power, but as we get older, we tend to lose this strength first. This leads to rounded shoulders and a collapsed chest, which makes breathing harder and balance much more difficult. I want to introduce you to the gorilla-style wall pull. This is a safe and effective way to rebuild your upper back and shoulders without needing a gym or heavy weights. By using a simple towel and a wall, you can reactivate the muscles that keep your spine upright. A very important side benefit of this exercise is that it improves your grip strength. In the medical community, grip strength is often used as a key indicator of longevity. Strong hands and a strong back mean you can catch yourself if you stumble, and you can remain independent in your daily chores. This move reverses the hunched posture that many people think is just a natural part of aging, but it does not have to be. We also need to discuss the difference between moving and being stable. You can walk for miles but still feel shaky when you try to stand on one foot to put on your pants. This is because walking relies on momentum, whereas true balance requires static strength. This is where the horse stance comes in. Inspired by ancient traditions, this movement is about finding strength in stillness. When you hold a wide squat position, you are training your thighs and your ankles to act like solid pillars. This builds a type of resilience in your joints that walking simply cannot match. It forces your brain to communicate with your muscles to maintain alignment, which improves your internal sense of balance. Many seniors in America avoid these types of holds because they seem difficult, but the reality is that holding your own weight with precision is what keeps you from hitting the ground during an unexpected misstep. It also calms the nervous system and builds mental focus, which is just as important as physical strength as we navigate our later years. If you are still watching and learning how to stay strong, comment key 1 right now so I can see your support, and remember to subscribe for more expert advice. The final and perhaps most important piece of the puzzle is your internal navigation system. Have you ever noticed that you feel a bit dizzy when you turn your head quickly to look at something while you are walking? This happens because our vestibular system, or our inner ear balance, begins to decline after 50. Walking is a very predictable and repetitive motion, so it never challenges this system. To stay safe, you must train your brain to stay balanced even when your eyes and head are moving. I recommend a simple but powerful exercise of performing head turns while standing on one leg. This deceptively easy move integrates your eyes and your inner ear with your stabilizer muscles. It prepares your body for the unexpected moments of real life, like looking over your shoulder for traffic or scanning a high shelf at the pharmacy. By retraining your brain to handle these shifts, you are significantly reducing your risk of a life-changing fall. Balance is not something you are born with and keep forever. It is a skill that must be practiced every single day. One of the most common mistakes I see in my years of health coaching is the belief that more is always better. Many people try to walk longer and faster even when their joints are screaming for a different kind of care. They ignore the small stabilizer muscles and focus only on the big movements. Another mistake is waiting for the pain to start before they begin to exercise. I want you to shift your mindset. Do not wait until you have a fall or a back injury to start these movements. Think of these 5 exercises as a long-term investment in your freedom. You do not need an hour a day or an expensive gym membership. You only need a small space on your floor and a wall to lean on. Consistency is the secret ingredient. Doing these movements for just 10 minutes a day will yield far better results than walking 5 miles once a week. You are not just exercising. You are sending a clear message to your nervous system that you are capable and that you are not giving in to the stereotypes of aging. If you have made it to this final part of our journey together, please comment key 1 so I can personally thank you for staying with me, and make sure you are subscribed so we can continue this journey together. To wrap everything up, let us remember that your body is a brilliant machine that simply needs the right input to stay functional. Walking will always have a place in a healthy lifestyle for your heart and your mental clarity, but it must be supported by movements that build strength and balance. We have talked about the frog move to unlock your hips and the glute bridge to power your lower body. We covered the gorilla wall pull for upper body resilience and the horse stance for unwavering stability. Finally, we address the head turns on one leg to sharpen your internal GPS. These exercises are the keys to a life lived with confidence and vitality. Aging well is not about trying to be 20 again. It is about using the wisdom you have gained to move smarter and with more intention. I want to hear from you in the comments section below. Which of these 5 movements are you going to try this afternoon? Is there a specific area of your body, like your hips or your balance, that you are most concerned about? Share this video with a friend or a loved one, because the gift of movement is the greatest gift we can pass on. Thank you for trusting me with your health, and I will see you in the next video as we continue to build a stronger and more independent future together.